Hi, for this week's tech tip, we're going to be visiting the Edit wand that is part of the Operations drop-down tab in the Wall Multilayer over here. This little edit wand is kind of like a magic wand if you want to compare it to that. It works very much like our Edit wand over here. This one is pertaining to the single layer walls though, so it's mostly going to be making changes within the structural layer of the wall. Whereas this one over here is going to mostly be doing changes within secondary layers of your wall. So before we begin, I just want to introduce myself. My name is Genevieve, and I'm part of the tech team at Strucsoft Solutions that is part of Graytech. And we're going to be visiting how our walls are composed before we start. Just to give you a basic general idea, I'm going to select this and just go and visit the layers within this wall. So as you can see, I do have a substrate layer of plywood sheathing. I do have my structural center of my wall, which is softwood lumber. I do have a softwood lumber substrate layer, which is going to be my furring. And I do have a gypsum wallboard layer. So it's just to give you an idea of how this wall has been created. We're also going to go visit the wall multi-layer and see how this has been set up. So this being my wall, I do have my templates that are assigned to each layer. The one we're going to be visiting today is going to be the secondary layer. So this template of furring has been created within this secondary layer over here, whereas my plywood sheathing and my gypsum wall board were created within the sheathing templates. So as I mentioned, we're going to be visiting this one specifically. So before I begin, I'm just gonna select these instances and I'm going to turn them off. Actually, I could have just removed them, but for now, I'm just gonna turn them off. So I'm going to be making some small changes within this wall. I'll just move this over here, make this more visible. Okay, so this is my furring layer, which is part of that secondary layer that I created. There's many options to go play around with, but just to give you a general idea. If ever I want to move one up, I can just, ask it to move 2 inches. Sometimes this could happen within a project. Sometimes you might need to copy it down or make some other types of changes. What I'm going to do here, I'm just going to select my members. I'm going to go back to MWF, the operations drop down within the wall multi-layer, and hit the edit wand. I want to create these changes and I'm going to hit OK. Edit saved successfully. I hit OK and all should be well. Now when I regenerate my wall, of course my gypsum board and my sheathing is going to come back. We are still going to regenerate this and see what happens. I'm going to select all instances and just remove them temporarily. And as we can see, these 2 changes were successfully added to this panel. So when it comes to making small copies, changes like this, you can easily just create small edits and have them saved to your panel. If ever there's any other small tech tips like this that you'd like to visit, or other different features that you would like us to go more in depth, feel free to let us know in the comments and have fun framing.